Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome. Oh, I'm excited about this one. We've got more dice on the table, but these aren't just any dice. These are our RPG dice. These are our special polyhedral Norman Bundlehump dice. These are ready to be rolled and adventured with, my friends. That is right. We are going on an absolute quest this evening onto the Lost Island. Thank you so much for being here. It's lovely to see you all. Last week's stream was a wonderful time. I won't likely go as long today, but let's see. I mean, maybe we get stuck on the Lost Island for a while. So, as far as I can tell on my YouTube poll, it looks to me like the votes are still tied between dinosaurs and cultists. And so I thought, why not break out the old dinosaur checkers? It's not really a dice tower, but I kind of wish that it was. It would be kind of a cool design. But this is where you keep the dinosaur checkers pieces that you've you've captured from your enemy or whatever. But anyway, this is not dinosaur checkers. This is Dungeon Hero, and 94. Goodness gracious. Well, okay, I need the totals then from every. I need more challenging questions need to be asked. This is Dungeon Hero, and we've played Dungeon Hero before, and we introduced, of course, the character of Norman Bundlehump, who has indeed gone down in infamy. We are going to adventure with him again. Years have passed. The legends of his tales have been spread around his midwestern town, but of course he's not satisfied with the librarian life anymore. He's an adventurer. He's seen beyond the walls, the dusty bookshelves of his library, and has ventured out again, this time onto the high seas, in order to... 4 lights. 4 lights. I don't know what that means. Onto the high seas in search of adventure. First, in Dungeon Hero, what we need to do is decide what gear Norman is carrying, and then we'll just dive right into it. There's going to be a few dice rolls, not too... Well, I was going to say not too many. There's going to be lots of dice rolls, but probably not requiring all of these necessarily. I don't understand what that is. 4 lights, 45 dice. I think that's probably a good estimate. Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're all here. Let me straighten this up on the table, and then we'll dive right in. We're going to need some space because we're going to need to spread out a little bit. And I've got a couple of additions that I've made to the tables that we can roll here to make things just a little bit more interesting. So I've got a nice treasure table. And I thought we'd start off, again, like I said, we need to decide some traits. And then what we'll do is from there, decide... Let's just move this up a little bit. There we go. And from there we'll decide... where to go. I'm doing well. Richard. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I'm running on an hour of sleep today. So of course I've watched The Next Generation. Wait, what's 4 lights? Now I can't. Now I'm missing the reference, and I feel bad. But no, I mean, no, I'm a big Next Generation fan. But now I'm confused. Maybe I'm not a big enough fan, I suppose. But yeah, I'm running on. There are 4 lights. I can't remember. Now I'm lost. Okay, well, okay. So here's my excuse. I am running on an hour of sleep today. I had a project due for the end of my summer quarter, and I signed up to, or not signed up, but I decided I'd make my project a board game, which you'd think would be a good idea, but unfortunately it was one of those things that kind of backfired because I didn't want to phone it in, because I actually care about making board games. It's fun and I like it. Shaka when the walls fell. Yeah, I know that. Is that... Does he say there's 4 lights? Episode on TNG where Picard gets tortured by Romulans. Oh. Gosh. Vaguely remember that. But I do... I one of my crowning achievements in... Oh, there are 4 lights. Yes, because they try to make him say that there are a different amount of lights. It's very like Room 101. Yes, I understand. Yep. Oh yeah, you just said that. Yeah, I got you. Yep, understood. Finally, we got there. Yes. We're there. We're on the same page. We're ready. I'm here. I'm available. I understand. Yes, I do remember that. Okay. Yeah, very Room 101. But anyway, yeah. So I was trying to design a board game. Vizoko's contest actually kind of helped me because of course everyone does that at the very last minute, don't they? So it's almost like a 24-hour design jam, and that's what I did last night. I stayed up all night and tried to design a game, which was fine, but I only slept from about noon until 1 p.m. So now I'm a bit out of it, but we've got the coffee and we've got the hydration, and we're ready to rock and roll. So let's just get into it. Yes, let's. So, the way we start this, every character starts with the same amount of resolve, which is 30, and I'll put it over to the left here because we're going to be crossing. We're going to be crossing this out, and then stamina we're going to be setting to 15, because Vasselko was trying to convince me that there were more dice than there was. He's the Romulan, I'm Picard. It's quite clear. It's quite clear now. This is very off topic, but we were having a good debate about my wife and I and a gentleman that she knows who's he's doing his dissertation on what's known as the sacred clown. It is it's like a almost ancient archetype, and we were there were 96 dice. Yeah, and so we were discussing what role Q plays. Is he a sacred clown, or is he a bit more of he's an anarchist? Is he, because he can be quite cruel, can't he? Q. So we were discussing whether or not he fits into that archetype. TLDR, he doesn't, because he's too arrogant, whereas a sacred clown is quite what's the word, like more reserved, I suppose you could say. Anyway, gosh, we're so off topic. It's painful, but we've only got 9 minutes, so it's not the worst that's ever happened. Right, we all know the name of our intrepid adventurer, and we all know that he's going to carry a bag of Werthers. I mean, there's no getting around that. And I think so. What we're doing here, I should explain. If you are new to the Dungeon Hero narrative. Gives them about child having. On the low, I kind of like Q. I think he's kind of funny. I like that he's just there to like shake things up and just kind of be a bit of a jerk. I mean, obviously, like Picard is like right to be angry with him at lots of times, especially like because he puts him in positions which is just like, this is impossible. But at the same time, like, it's kind of fun too, though, right? Like, it's kind of fun. So, yeah, anyway. So for those who have never seen Dungeon Hero, we are picking traits which we assign to dice. Then when we go through the adventure here, you'll see. I don't want to give it away. Oops, I've got another adventure under here, which is not the right thing to do. So once we make our way through the adventure, we're going to roll against various challenges. So obviously, the higher the dice, the better our trait is. And a trait could be something like something we carry, like a bag of withers. It could be a weapon, like a pocket knife. It could be a skill or a trait, or even just even a race. So, you know, like Norman is a human. He's Midwestern. He knows probably how to make a really good baked potato. You know, those kind of things. But preferably, or not necessarily, but preferably something that might be useful on an island full of ancient creatures. So, while I get to... Oh, I should show you this too. These are the treasures that he found on the Viking raid, where he did survive and got back to his Midwestern library, back through the portal that he had accidentally created whilst researching some ancient arcane wisdom. Yes, so he does have access to a Viking shield, which I wouldn't mind bringing with us onto the island. I think he could likely go adventuring with that. He does have access to a 9-foot club, although that might be a bit unwieldy. Maybe I can imagine him kind of like shaving some of it off as like a, you know, kind of like a keepsake. But unlikely it's relatively unwieldy if you're not a giant. He does have a fishing cap, which he could certainly wear. I don't see why not. He's going on a boat. And he does have a magical enchanted glass that refills with lemonade. At all, it's never empty. Always lemonade in there, which could be helpful too. You know, hot, humid jungle. But I'm happy to take some. I'm thinking I'm gonna do the shield, but I'm happy to take some suggestions in the chat while I go ahead and draw Norman's updated portrait in this here character space. So feel free to throw things in chat that you want to see Norman carry into this next adventure, and we'll see what we can make happen. I'm also going to use, like I said, I'm going to use a treasure table which I found on Drive-Thru RPG, which looks kind of fun. And if we can find some of this treasure and then implement that into our traits, then I don't mind doing that either. So, you know, we'll play it by ear. As I seem to remember, Norman does have kind of a small nose with a large beard, so we'll go with something round here. Sorry, let's see. And then we'll go with he does have, I believe he's got glasses. So we'll go with little glasses. I think last time it was mentioned that he kind of looks a bit like David Letterman in retirement, which I think is reasonable. He's got a nice beard here. And I mean he's a pretty jolly guy. Let's not get it wrong. He's a relatively stoic fellow. But yet, you know, he can have a nice time as well. You know, there's no shortage of laughs when Norman's around. Maybe I think I should have given him some hair, but there you go, that's fine. And then, of course, I think he'd be wearing, you know, if he was going to sea, he knew he was going to sea. He's obviously wearing his shirt and likely a pullover. But I can see him bringing some sort of shield with him. A Gillette razor, yeah, I don't mind that. You got to keep the head nice and shiny, haven't you? That's his mouth, and that's beard decoration. If that wasn't obvious. Yeah, potty training. What fun. We did a combination of Hot Wheels cars and stickers. So every time you get the desired result, you get stickers on the potty, right? And then shoelace tying was Hot Wheels. That was a really good one. I think we got there within like a couple of multi-packs. You know, we did a pretty good job. Cash was pretty swift at that. I'm drawing arms, and last time he was carrying a book, which again I don't mind. You know, he can be carrying miscellaneous items as well. Yes, here we are. This is Norman in the flesh. You know, unassuming fellow, you might say, but we all know that's Looks can be deceiving. I know, right? Stickers and Hot Wheels. I wish I got stickers and Hot Wheels at my job. I'd be far more likely to put more effort in if I was rewarded in stickers and Hot Wheels. But here we are. Here's Norman Bundlehump, and he is ready to attack. I think. I mean, if we pop in some Werthers around about a decent. I mean, you know, Werthers aren't overpowered, obviously, but they can be useful. Negative reinforcement. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So, just what you just take, you get things taken away every time you don't go potty. Just take away freedoms. Let's throw some Werthers in here. He's always got his Werthers, and that's just undeniable. Norm needs to work out more. That's fair. I mean, he's, you know, I could actually see, you know, like, what's that Tekken character where like he's super old but he's like, oh, Hitachi. Like, I could see him kind of like becoming a bit of a Hitachi. Like he rips off the sweater vest and all of a sudden you've got this like just buff old man. I'm gonna go for some Argyle here because I feel like he'd rock some Argyle. I could see him being like deceptively strong, actually. I'm gonna put that in here. I'm gonna put that in here. Deceptively strong. Like, people will easily underestimate him. But when he needs to, I can see him ripping the arms off this nice dress shirt, you know, loosening the tie a little bit, and just really going ham. You know. I do think that he has. I mean, he's got kind of encyclopedic knowledge. Obviously, that's quite clear. He's a librarian. So, I mean, I think we should put something like that in one of his D10s. You know, and of course he's quite confident as well. I think we used stoic last time, although I'm not sure where the sheet is that I actually used for his character. But he needs a cape. Okay, we could work on a cape. Well, I mean, if he's got if he's got a shield, maybe we could do Viking shield up here, and then I'm happy to give him a cape with his shield. Yes, definitely a former Navy SEAL. Oh, 100%. Like he can get down and do like easily 100 push-ups like in a row, no big deal. Photographic memory, I like that. Yes, I like that a lot. Like anything he sees and identifies, he knows, and he understand, and he can understand its properties. I like that. Yes. Is that the kind of shield is called a buckler, I believe. So I'm going to go with buckler, and cape, because of course, you know, if you're setting off on a high seas adventure, you're going to want. I'm going to like add this little like, you know, this kind of like, yeah, and then he'll go, the shield will kind of, or the cape will kind of come out here like this. Because of course, I mean, the Jarl will have, you know, likely bestowed upon him a Viking prize, and I don't see why it wouldn't be a cape, a Viking cape, and shield. Of course, the shield was taken, I believe, from the Frost Jarl, though I couldn't. Yes, I'm happy with memory. Like, I'm gonna put that quite high. I think that could come in useful. You know, I think like species of plants, you know, hunting patterns of various creatures. I think he could be all about that. So yeah, photographic. Like he can sketch things from memory, you know, that kind of thing. He's gonna he's gonna have oh, last time he had a tracker. like a GPS tracker? What do you mean by tracker? Last time he did have a pocket knife, which I think we maybe that could be a piece of canon that we continue. Do you mean? Oh, okay. Like yeah. Okay, so he's like he's an outdoorsman. Yeah. That makes sense. What should we give that as this? We haven't found his strongest trait yet, but yeah, that I could see that. He's like a rugged outdoorsman. I mean, like you said, if he's a survivalist. I think if he came back and if he came back from the Viking wilds and knew that he wanted to go on more adventures, I can see him kind of studying up and becoming gaining the necessary skills or adding to his already obviously rugged skills, given that he defeated a giant. And yeah, I see the former Navy SEAL kind of thing coming through here as well. I'm going to give him a pocket knife or a Swiss Army knife because we did have that last time, and I think some canon is good, and it came in useful. Let's be honest. Like Aragorn, yes, love it. I mean, he looks just like him too. And then we've got 2 more dice to fill. So, does he have any sort of? He's got a knife. I mean, does he need another weapon? Probably not. I think he's just. I think he's like, that's the best part about Norman, is that he's very unassuming, isn't he? He's quite unassuming. Like he's like. You know what he does have? I bet, because he's a kilogram. Ooh, I don't mind a slingshot. Yes, don't mind a slingshot at all. Yeah, like he learnt to slingshot as a young boy. He can't be a painter, no, he can't paint, no. But like I said, he can sketch maps for sure. I don't mind a slingshot. That's kind of fun. Like he's got a bit of range on him. I was thinking like what things are grandpa's really good at? Obviously teaching you about the outdoors, and giving you Werther's originals. But I feel like maybe he's got a really good whistle. Like, one of those where he puts his thumb and his finger in his mouth and whistles. I can't do it, but I bet he can whistle like a flippin', like an absolute champion. Spoiling children. I think he can probably do that thing where you like throw a whistle. Do you know what I mean? Like he can like whistle, but it sounds like it's coming from somewhere else. I'm gonna give him a D6 whistle. And that's our character sheet complete. So he's a survivalist. Yes, we know that. He's got a photographic memory. All of his throw his voice. Yeah, I mean that's just a trick that you might know, isn't it? Thrown or otherwise, I'll say. I mean, obviously he can he can whistle a flippin' tune, like no doubt about that. But I think that he can I think he's got some whistling skills. Telling boring stories. So he's an outdoorsman. He's got a lot of knowledge. I mean, clearly he's a smart fellow. He's got his Viking shield and cape. He's got a slingshot. Love that. Deceptively strong. I'm seeing the sleeves coming off in this adventure. I'm just saying. Getting coins from his ears. Oh my god, that's amazing. Yes, he's got to pull a coin from someone's ear in this game. Otherwise, it goes down as an abject failure. He's got his bag of Werthers. He's got his traditional trusty Swiss Army knife with a little corkscrew out here. What's this one? It's like a can opener, isn't it? Yeah, so he's got his Swiss Army knife. Oh, that's pretty cool. My grandpa never told me war stories, although I think he was in the RAF, but I don't think he flew. I think he was more of a mechanic, although I could be wrong. And he can whistle. He can whistle at, like, perfect pitch. We're talking perfect pitch whistle. Okay? There we go. We're ready. That was easy. Let's spread this out a little bit. And we should be able to reference both the zine adventure here. So again, if you're not familiar with Dungeon Hero, everything prints out in these little zines, which are just brilliant. They're so fantastic and easy to carry and just like super easy to play. You need a lot of dice. Well, not a lot, but I mean, you could do it on a dice app too. So, but anyway, I've printed them out on big pieces, so obviously we can all see them. But I'm going to need some notes because we're probably going to run into some enemies. So I'm going to need to keep track of enemy dice. And I wanted to throw these around somewhere, but I don't know if there's going to be room. 68. Wow, good job. Well done. Good counting. Let's just get into it, shall we? Here we go. The Lost Island. Norman. Your sloop heaves to and fro violently as the storm buffets it. Land ho, shouts one of the sailors above decks. It can't be. Racing up, you see it, lit up in a flash of lightning through the rain. A jagged coastline sloping up to a mountaintop looms near. No island appears on the map here. Norman would know that, wouldn't he? Heave to, you shout to your men, but it's too late. Your sloop slams into the rocks, and you feel the deck buckle beneath you. You awaken on the beach. Waterlogged and exhausted, glancing left and right, you see only a handful of you made it to the island. Gosh, Norman is just surrounded by tragedy. Roll 1d6 plus 2. You gain that many sailors you can use in challenge rolls. They may either add 2 to a roll or take all the damage from a failed roll. All right, let's see how many soldiers we've got then. Make it big. Obviously, it's going to be a 1. Oh, it better not be one of those nights. Right, we've got 3 soldiers, though. So, where did my scrap paper go? The first roll comes up as the 1. And you love to see it, don't you? You do. You just love to see it. Right, we've got 3 sailors to use. And I'll take suggestions for names in the chat. If you'd like to name some sailors, I am happy to. I'm happy to take them. Right, we're gonna take a 1d6 lacking provisions trait. That means we're a bit hungry, and then we're gonna roll and see. Roberto, yes. Don't mind it. Bob and I like that also. Can we call him Boberto? Because that would be even better. And Yellowbeard. Because his name is Bob as well, but they couldn't come up with another name. Well, I don't want to get too attached to these folks because we might have to. They might have to be sacrificed. Might have to be sacrificed to the island post haste. But you know, we'll see. So we got Roberto, Boberto, and Yellowbeard, also known as Rob. Yellowbeard Bob. Okay. I'm into it. Right. So the way that this goes is we roll an advanced die. So I'll just use this 1d6, and then we count down to that step. We then face that challenge with the previous challenge that we've already faced. In this case, it's a 1d6 lacking provisions trait, and then we choose our own traits in which to like attack the challenge with. This volcano is getting in my way. It's annoying. Ornery Maven, I love that. Fireball Pete that's either like a frat dude or a really cool pirate. Nothing in between. Like you're either Fireball Pete, like oh god, here comes Pete again. He's brought his fireball with him. I mean, he's gonna puke in the pool again. Or it's like Fireball Pete, like he's the kind of guy who like pours the rum on the cannonball before he fires it out the cannon, you know. Anyway, we're supposed to be rolling. Let's go. 3. So we're going to advance to 3, and let's see what we have to face. Ooh, eyes watching from the forest. Not a fan of that. Spooky. So we're rolling lacking provisions, we're hungry, and there's eyes watching us from the forest. What do we take when there's eyes watching us from the forest, and and we're hungry. I suppose, I mean, I'm not going to do this every time, but I think the survivalist trait does fit in here quite well. Obviously, we can start scavenging for clams and various beach-laden foodstuffs. And also, I suppose we could either let's brace our trusty slingshot in order just to be prepared, you know. Just to be prepared. So here comes the challenge. And essentially what we're just going to do is we're going to compare the highest rolls. That's all. So if we win, we move on. If we lose the difference between the two highest dice rolls in resolve, which remember starts at 30. So here's the challenge. 5 and a 1, not too bad. And us, a 9 and a 6. Easily passed. And so we'll circle this and we're through. Now, we keep the last challenge. We get rid of this. We've passed the lacking provisions. We've managed, obviously, to salvage something. And then we roll to advance again. So, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sharp, sea-shattering rocks. Wow. Okay, so obviously we're kind of... it seems like we are, you know, harvesting clams, maybe in the tide pools, and it seems like the sea is coming in. The tide is moving in quite quickly. There's a dog eating above me in the kitchen, and I can just hear him smacking the food bowl against the wall, which means he's trying to get every last morsel. And, well, it's partially cute and partially very loud, so I'm sorry about that. Right, so we've got eyes watching from the forest, and we've got sharp, sea-shattering rocks. I would say that Norman's deceptive strength is going to come in handy here. And likely, I mean, why not just pop a Werther's original? I mean, if all else fails, you pop a Werther's original, don't you? I mean, he's hungry, he needs a bit of sustenance. So, challenge in this hand, and Werther's in this hand. I'm going to go and murder my dog. No, I'm not. I don't like that, actually. I feel a bit sad now I've said it. Right, we've got a tie. Actually, 2 ties, funnily enough. But the ties essentially just go away. Now, this challenge and this, what was it? Werther's. So it's the sharp, this is just cruel. Sharp, sea-shattering rocks versus my Werther's. And we hope, oh, we just beat it. Lovely, lovely stuff. Of course, the Werther's never fails. So as we move from the rocks, we advance by 3, and we stop at this little padlock. Beyond the beach, the jungle gets too thick and dense to easily traverse, but you find the mouth of a river that cuts upstream into the jungle, and so you follow it. Here we go. Rocky Shores. I feel like we've just been to Rocky Shores, but we'll do it again. Of course, again, it sounds like we've got sharp, sea-shattering rocks for 8 and Rocky Shores for another 8. I'm going to go with my deceptive strength once again. I really feel like he can hold on. He can brace himself against the tide. I'd like to think that I feel like his shield and his cape is likely weighing him down, but I could see his kind of. I need to move this a little bit. Maybe I'll move it like this, because then we can actually see. You can see what the various traits are. That would be better, wouldn't it? Yeah, there we go. That's better. Right, so we've got some deceptive strength. I think that makes sense here. And I suppose, I mean, again, if all else fails, we could pop another Werther's, but we don't want to run out. You know, he's a survivalist after all. We know that keeping foodstuffs on us is going to be helpful. So I suppose if nothing else fits, it does say to just roll a d4, which I'm a bit nervous to do, but I will this time, just in case. So we've got 2 d8s versus our d8 and a d4. And we win, look at that. 5 versus 4, and we're able to pass. And on the Rocky Shores, it looks like we're going to find a treasure. So on the treasure table here, I'm going to roll a d100, and we'll see what we get. And again, I'm happy to, if it's something cool, you know, we're poking around the tide pools, just about to head in upstream. And let's just see what we get here. I've got a d100 right here. could be it. I think I tried to find something that like made sense with the setting. You know, there's a really cool content creator that I found who actually posts most of her stuff on Twitter, but she does these really awesome tables for like looting different things. But she didn't have looting jungle islands, or if you happen to be a grandpa facing dinosaurs. So, you know, obviously there's a gap in her arsenal. I'll let her know. But this is from Drive Through RPG, and I think it fits just about with the kind of island that we find ourselves on. So that's a 37, and it's a that doesn't make any sense at all. So, you know, let's just take it. We are going to capture ourselves a rare book of philosophy. Not that Norman needs it, but of course he'd be able to pick it out and be like, oh yeah, that's a pretty rare one. I'll keep that, take that home and put it in my library. Rare book of philosophy. I mean, I wonder whose philosophy and how he would recognize it, but you know what? We're just gonna roll with it. We love treasure, so exactly, yeah. I mean, of course, that would be the perfect treasure for him to find, wouldn't it? Hey, Turtle, how are you? I know, yeah, massive treasure. Right, let's roll the advance. We're moving up the rocky shores. We're moving up the old. We're moving up the old river and inland. Oh dear. Well, now then, crocodile attack. Everybody knows the best way to survive a crocodile attack is Werther's Originals, right? I mean, I think that's how that works. We found ourselves a crocodile, and so, I mean, frankly, I think we're going to need to involve his cape here. Not his cape, his shield. I think, I'm imagining him kind of bracing against the first charge, and then shoving the shield in between the chomping of the crocodile's jaws. You know what I mean? Like, kind of using it as a buffer. So I'm gonna go with a D10 for the Viking shield. And what did we have before? We had a D8 and a D6. That's what they're rolling. No. Yes, that's correct. Crocodile, rocky shores, which should be the other way around, you'd think, but never mind. And we're going to roll, I think, yes, the shield, and I could see him like pounding the shield into the crocodile's mouth and then stepping back and immediately pulling the slingshot, you know, in like a swift movement, like shield, slingshot, bam, done, like cleared off, cleared. Let's go for it. So this is our Rocky Shores crocodile. Ooh, that's low. And this is us, and we do win, but only by 1. So actually, no, I don't think I need to do this on scrap paper. I'm just going to cross it off here, and then we'll make it, we'll kind of mark it down. Yeah, exactly. Super slow-mo. Like Norman's like bullet time, except he fires Werther's from his slingshot. So when we are fighting, we've got this combat that we need to essentially overcome. So every time we beat the roll, we are going to minus this combat number by however much the difference is. So 4 to 3 is 1, so this is going to go down to 7, and we just roll again. And we just keep doing that until either we die, hopefully not, or the crocodile dies. And we've got an 8, which has got to be good. It's a 7 though. Now we can pay stamina to re-roll a dice, so we can do that any time. But we've only got 15 of them, and we never regain them. So that's, you know, we want to be relatively conservative. Anytime we lose a roll, as I said, we take away resolve. So I'll just take the 1, and we'll keep going. Crocodile's down to 6. And we've got a 7 versus a 4, which I don't mind. That's 3. And we'll do one more roll, please. And I think this crocodile should be going down any time now. It's another 1, which is fine. We'll go down to 2. We don't need to rush it. I mean, this crocodile is putting up a bit of a fight. Obviously, it's trying to bite through the shield, but having a hard time. Look, we are going to lose this round, though. So 5 to 4 is our highest number. So let's lose ourselves a resolve. I don't think it's worth... it's not worth re-rolling with the stamina. It's only 1. So we'll just take it down to 29 and carry on rolling. Maybe he whipped, I think he must have slashed us with his tail. Oh gosh, this one was the croc, and this one was us with a 10. So that crocodile is good and properly finito. And of course that means we get to roll on the treasure again. So we've got our book, and now we're gonna pair it with question mark. Oh, that's 2 percentile dice, so that doesn't make any sense. Oh, here we are. I rolled therefore I am. Absolutely. Whoa, is that 100? Or is that is that 100 or is that 00? I forget. Wait, we've got, I think that's 100, isn't it? Or is it 10? Now I can't remember. That's 100, yeah. Croc skin shoes, yes, dude. It's just a single gold coin. Just a single gold coin. Maybe it was like maybe the crocodile's eye was the gold coin. You know, we like plucked it out of his eye socket, it kind of glinted, and we were like, that's not. Oh, a nice crocodile jacket. Love to see it. 1 gold coin. Likely stuck between the crocodile's teeth, I suppose. And I'm just going to mark off that we've got 2 treasures so far. Not bad. We'll come back and skin the crocodile later. That seems reasonable. Right, let's roll for an advance. We need to make some progress. We're only on 12. 4 to 16. Oh, we found ourselves a lovely waterfall. Now, whether or not we're going to dive down it, or obviously we're following the river upstream, so it doesn't make sense. We're going to have to climb up it, I think. In which case, Norman is deceptively strong, yes. So I think he could be relatively I don't know if he'd be spry though. I think he's like one of those. He's dense. You know, he's just cut. He's full muscle, but he's not exactly. He's not leaping, you know, over rocks and such. He's just got that raw, sinewy strength that you expect from a man of his stature. So we've got the lingering effects of the crocodile whip, the crocodile tail whip that we were inflicted, and we're going to climb this waterfall. I think we have to roll our strength, don't we? And I think, I mean, do we roll a d12? I mean, he's climbed many a waterfall in his youth, hasn't he? If he was a Navy SEAL, I could see him, you know, sneaking into the jungles of some East Asian country at some point, you know, infiltrating some secret bases via waterfall, hidden layers, that kind of thing. So, I mean, we could roll a d12 for it, which I don't mind. Or, of course, we could just pop a Werther's Original and see what happens. You know, let's just pop a Werther's and, you know, we'll be fine. He's kind of like healing up, you know. It's like his little epi shot after the crocodile encounter. So here we are. We're climbing the waterfall, and we barely make it, but we are there. I mean, there's obviously some close call, but 6 to 5, and we'll take it as a victory. We get to the top of the waterfall, relatively unscathed, with the taste of hard caramel in our mouth, and you can't say fairer than that. At the top of the waterfall, what happens? A spider, of course. We kind of, as we crest, that's where, of course, the spider would create their web, right? You know, to catch the lingering mosquitoes and such above the racing water. So that makes sense to me. We've climbed the waterfall. We've got ourselves a spider bite. I mean, obviously, we can identify the spider as from our photographic memory and encyclopedic knowledge of all things jungle related. And I suppose, I mean, you know those, oh, you know, it's the Swiss Army knife, right? Where you get the little tweezers, and then you can tweeze. He's gonna tweeze. He's gonna tweeze out the little stinger that the spider has left in his hands. In his hand? Yeah, I think it's in his hand. It must be in his hand. So we're gonna pluck out the old tweezers here. We've got the waterfall spider versus our knowledge of this venomous creature and of course our trusty Swiss Army knife. We're getting some really lucky rolls. We pluck out the spider bite. Maybe suck out the venom. Aragog. Aragog. We'll let him be. We're not averse to, he's a live and let live kind of guy, He's not gonna kill a spider just for doing a spider thing, like, biting a someone who's climbing into the web. I mean, that's just, that would be uncouth. This spider's only got 6 legs, so we're gonna have to fix that. Yeah, there we go, and have one there too, I guess. Yeah. I need to. He's just a protective spider. Just protective. That's fine. I've got nothing against him. I'm not going to squish him. That's true. Yeah, I got to appreciate the rolls. Just nothing above that. That's fair. All right. We haven't needed Roberto or Yellowbeard Bob yet, so that's nice. But I imagine they're gonna come into play at some point. Here we are. Ooh, ancient ruins. So as we pass the jungle, ooh, skulls on spears. I don't mind that. But here we are. The ancient ruins overlook. So we've stumbled upon some civilization, and of course, with our knowledge of all things ancient and wonderful, I suppose that, well, frankly, if I were Norman, I'd get up there and have a whistle. I think I'd sit overlooking the jungle and I would just whistle just to see what comes up. When you like shout in a forest and all the birds like go, and that's like, it's kind of fun. I can see him having a bit of a laugh. He's like, oh, these blasted spiders, let's have a whistle up here. So probably just humming out a silly tune or something. Maybe fires a random slingshot into the jungle. I can see him just kind of, you know what? He's just going to pop a Werther's. It's always a Werther's for me. There's never a time where Norman isn't going to eat a Werther's original. Okay, it's just how he rolls. It's just what he does. And of course, Boberto and Roberto are all thinking like, where's he keep getting these candies from? It doesn't matter. Okay, he's got pockets that are the depth of which are unplumbed. Is like the Mariana Trench in there, except instead of sea creatures, it's Werther's originals. So the ancient ruins overlook. He's got a whistle, just kind of raises spirits a little bit, Wow, that is a lucky roll. So we've got 4 versus 3. He's just having that's the best Werther's you've ever, or maybe this is the Werther's because it's a bit more caramelly. This is just the soul. It's just like a soulful tune. It's like a tune that like he remembers from his courtship days, with his love interests back in the old, right down to the ankle. It really is. Yeah, they just don't run out. Well, there you go. We've done pretty well to pass that. Let's advance and see what we do. So here's we need to keep the ancient ruins overlook, and we're gonna move on by 3. So that's 25. Let's see oh, hello. The jungle breaks here into what looks like the ruins of an ancient city. The civilization long gone built tall, ornate temples and longhouses which are now crumbling piles of stones. Halves and quarters of massive statues stand tipped by growing trees, their remainders toppled rubble at their feet. The statues almost look like elves? Elves? Hang on. What are we getting ourselves into here? 3. 1, 2, 3. A half-tumbled tower. Don't mind if I'll have a bit of an explore of that. I think he could just scale the. We've already got up a waterfall. I don't see why he wouldn't just scale the outside with his deceptive strength. Don't you? We need another D10 for that. Have I got one? Yes. Another D10. You know what he's I don't know if you've ever seen this. It's actually, but like where You know, like when lumberjacks want to climb a tree, and they'll like chop out a little piece, and then they'll throw a board in there like that, and then they'll jump onto the board, and then they can chop another piece like up here, and then they'll put a board in there and climb the tree like that. That's cut bar humbug. That's kind of what he's doing, except with his buckler. So I could kind of see him like cramming the buckler into the gaps in the stone, you know, and using him to lever himself up. Obviously, he's got the upper body strength. I mean, look at him, he's an absolute tank. He's got the upper body strength to pull himself up onto the buckler. And of course, it's incredibly strong. It's Viking, it's made it this far. He's powerful. He is. He's a powerful guy. He's unassuming, but he's not, you know, he's not to be underestimated, that fellow. So I think he's got his buckler going for him here, and that means I'm going to need another D10. As for the other thing, I don't know what. What's he doing? I mean, what are we doing? We're crumbling temple. I mean, there's a possibility for treasure, which is nice. I suppose. I mean, maybe we just have to roll a d4 because I'm not really sure what else to do here. I mean, I suppose he could whistle into the temple just to see what happens, but I'm less certain that he'd want to do that. I think he's just going to climb with his nail and scales. Haven't heard of that, but I'm all for obscure Game Boy games. Don't mind me. Right, so we've got two D10s here. We've got a half tumble tower and a crumbling temple, which is that true? No, sorry, we're not crumbling temple. We're here. We're half tumble tower. Sorry. Yeah, so he's moving his way up the tumble tower. I'd already circled it, which confused me. Right, so half tumble tower. Here we are. 10, which is lovely, versus a 3 and a 5. Don't mind if I do, and we'll roll for treasure if you don't mind. Thank you very much. As we make our way into the tumble tower, we immediately, of course, spot what looks to be a small kind of indentation in the wall, and we loosen the stone, and of course behind it, hidden from centuries of adventurers and elves apparently, is an ornament of lifeblood ruby. Ooh, all right, don't mind that. A lifeblood ornament. Now, I'm just the kind of guy who says that maybe that could come in useful later on. So don't forget that we've got that. We've got a gold coin, we've got a book of philosophy, and we've got a lifeblood ruby ornament. Now I don't know what that does, but I'm sure that Norman does. So if he at any point needs to, you know, I don't know, get some lifeblood, maybe you can use that ornament. I'm not sure. But of course we'd have to replace one of his existing traits with it. So, you know, yeah, we can do that. Oh, and I should mark we've got another treasure. Right, let's roll to advance. And as we continue to explore, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 faded murals in a dark room. Ooh. Who's been painting in here? Who has been painting in here, Norman? I mean, he's got to be kind of, I can see him tracing the inscriptions with his hands. You know, like, it must be some sort of hieroglyphs. Is that ruby? I thought that was... Is it ruby? Yeah, I think you're right. Ruby. That sounds right. I was thinking Don't Take Your Gun to Town. That's why I was like, that doesn't sound right, but that's a different song. So we've got faded murals, hieroglyphs, likely, on the old wall here in the dark room, in the half-tumbled tower. And of course, I mean, we're going to have to call upon his knowledge. And we're going to have to... I can see... Does some Swiss Army knives have little magnifying glasses, don't they? I could see him kind of magnifying, like looking through the magnifying glass at the hieroglyphs to kind of make it out. So let's do some of that. We'll do a D6, and we'll do his photographic memory of course, like ancient civilizations and languages, because Norman's just that kind of guy. Is ruby a stone or a maiden? Well, that's true. It's a lifeblood ornament. So I suppose it could be a maiden cut out of ruby. That. All right, we're just going to count that as a 4, I suppose, because that would be harsh if I had to take 34 damage. So we'll count it as a 4. And we pass the mural, we decipher them. And of course that means likely the murals are telling us the location of the treasure. So the murals, of course, point us directly toward another small alcove in which is hidden a silver coin, which I don't mind. I'll take a silver coin any day of the week. 1 silver coin, 1 gold coin, and I think this should be at least be enough to buy us passage off this island should we ever need to bargain with anybody. And we've got some. I mean, obviously we're not going to give away our book of philosophy, but at least the other things we can trade away, I'm sure. So we've got the faded murals, and we're going to move forward, and we're going to go all the way to Suddenly. You're surrounded by a small army of elves, not the high-browed and graceful elves of the mainland. Mainland? Do you mean Midwest United States? But hunched-over elves wearing rags and brandishing crude spears. They herd you into a large building where a stern-looking elf sits on a makeshift throne. Wow. All right. Well, we've got to get out our charisma points, then, haven't we? Norman's going to have to talk his way out of this one. I don't think we'll be able to really brute force our way out of this one. They speak in guttural tones, arguing with none of the decorum of their mainline cousins, and soon seem to come to a decision. You're knocked unconscious. When you awaken, you're tied to a post in the strange part of the island, and something large is approaching. D12, free yourself from the bonds. Bloody hell. Well, luckily they didn't know. Obviously, they didn't recognize that we've got ourselves a Swiss Army knife, which is going to be pretty helpful for cutting through these rudimentary ropes. I suppose I'm going to go with the deceptively strong as well. Because if cutting through the ropes, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. So are we bringing the king's daughter with us? That could be that. I mean, I suppose that is reasonable. If he might be upset about that. So we're gonna roll Swiss Army knife to saw through, and if not, we'll just have a quick pull at it, see if we can get free. Free yourself from the bonds. Oh my goodness! Wow. All right, so that's 5 on us. We might have to re-roll that. Suddenly, a nightmarish creature emerges from the jungle. It's an enormous bird-like reptile with rows of pointed teeth. You recall the scholars positing existence from bones. They call it Tyrannosaurus Rex. If you freed yourself from the bonds, advance 2. Otherwise, advance 1, and advance 1 for the following advancement. Right, so we've got to go scrambling to escape the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and it's got 12 combat. Blimmin' heck. I think, do we take damage from this or not? I'm going to have to check the rules, because I'm not sure if you take damage from the challenges or you do not. Let's just see, hold on. When you make an advance, you don't need to do a challenge roll. Yeah, it does. Okay, so we're gonna lose some points here. Now, I suppose we could, instead of losing 5 points, pay a stamina to re-roll this. I think we've got quite far, to be honest, so I don't mind paying a stamina right now. And we'll just re-roll the 12 and see if we can get out. Or even if we don't get out, then at least, like, yes, get out. That's fine. So we'll slip ourselves away. We're going to advance to fleeing into the jungle. So we're going to roll this 12 again, and then fleeing into the jungle will be a D8. And we are going to go with, I would say, I think we're going to go with a slingshot, kind of firing it backwards over our shoulders, don't you think? Kind of like, covering fire, if you will. And then I don't suppose that being a survivalist would come in particularly unhelpful here. I think we can kind of track our way through the jungle as best we can, and I don't mind that one bit. So let's try and flee into the jungle from this Tyrannosaurus Rex. See if we can, duck under some large logs, hunker in the base of a tree, etc. we absolutely can. We've got a 12 versus a 7, so we do manage to flee, and we make our way through the jungle to... Ooh, that was a 1. Crashing through the underbrush. As a D8, so that's 2 D8s we need to roll, and I'm gonna keep going with the slingshot. I think that was a good call, and yeah, you know what? I'm gonna roll the same. I'm just gonna do the same thing. So crashing through the underbrush. We know where we're going. Don't worry. We've got a 5, and the whatever it is, underbrush or the jungle has rolled a 6. So we are going to take 1 resolve from that. I'm not going to re-roll, it's only 1, so that's fine. Right, well, here we are, crashing through the underbrush into more thick foliage. Gosh, we're going to need to get out. If we had a machete, that would be lovely, but we do not, unfortunately. Now, deceptive strength could be helpful here. I suppose we could climb a tree or something, but I don't think anyone's strong enough to really, like, you know, it doesn't matter how strong you are, you can't just, like, burst through, unless you're, what's that guy? Juggernaut. Unless you're the Juggernaut, like, you can't just run through, you know, lines and lines of vines and vines. So I'd imagine that we're going to have to do something a little more sensible than that, which is... We haven't thrown our whistle yet, and I think we probably should. We're going to throw our whistle. We're going to carry on firing the slingshot back. You know, we can hope to get a lucky shot, I suppose. But I think that if we whistle, kind of... You think shield? Oh yeah, I suppose with the Viking buckler could be quite sharp on the edge, wouldn't it? Yeah, okay, I'm fine with that. Let's go with the shield then. So we'll go shield and a whistle. So as I'm cutting through the vines, I'm going to whistle over the other way. Maybe the Tyrannosaurus gets a bit confused, and the thick foliage should not be able to hold us for much longer. That's not a D10. This is a D10, and we are crashing through the underbrush, the thick foliage, and... Oof, that's tough. Oh, we've got another double draw, which is interesting. But these are going to both go, and now we've got our D6 whistle against the thick foliage of the jungle. And it's another... Okay, I don't know what happens when you both tie. I think you just have to go again, don't you? Surely. A 9? Bloody hell. All right, we're going to have to re-roll that, because I'm not going to take 8 resolve. So we're going to do... We're down to 13. It's a shame this is a 1. We're going to take some damage, but at least it won't be... Nope, it will be. It will be 8. Do I want to re-roll again? Not really. Do I want to go down to 20 resolve, though? Not really either. I know there's some tough things coming up. I'm sure there's some... I know there's more dinosaurs. I'm going to take another stamina, I guess, and we'll see if we can get lower than 9. Even if it's just like a 5, a 6... Okay, it feels better than 8. I mean, maybe it's not, but here you go. 23 resolve, 12 stamina, and we're through the thick foliage at least. What do we encounter once we get through there? Splashing through a rivulet. I don't know what that is, to be honest. What's a rivulet? I thought that was an architectural feature. A very small stream. Well, there you go. If you didn't learn anything, then I did. So here we are. We're splashing through a rivulet. That sounds nice. I mean, of course, Norman's got his best hiking boots on, so he's not too worried about a rivulet, is he? Rivulet and what was it? Thick foliage. So we're gonna roll another D10. Goodness me. I'm gonna keep whistling. And I don't think his cape is actually going to come in handy, because I think his cape could get waterlogged quite easily. But I think his survivalist skills will. So I'm going to roll. I'm going to keep whistling, just to throw off the T-Rex on our trail. Hopefully, we've lost the T-Rex by this point. And we've got another 9. Goodness me, that's going to be 6. Down to 17 resolve, or do we take another reroll? I mean, this is really bad. I maybe would reroll this one. No. Yeah, actually, yes, I think I would. I think I reroll this one. I'm going to go down to 11 stamina. I feel a bit nervous about this. The wheels are coming off. Oh gosh, that's even worse. All right, we've got 6, and I'm not going to do anything else. We're down to 17 resolve. This could get nasty. These dinosaurs are. We've only seen one of them. Blimmin' heck. Splashing through a rivulet. Let's advance, can we? We've only rolled 1s and 2s. Should we get somewhere? Yes, we shall. 1, 2. Oh, blimmin' heck. You managed to escape the terrifying thunder lizard. You hear it pounding off in another direction, bellowing. Yep. Oh, I can use sailors, that's right. Yeah, all right. I forgot about Bobbert. I forgot about Boberto and Roberto. Yes, we can use sailors. That's true. Let me remind myself of how they work, because I just want to be sure that I'm doing it right. Let me grab the appropriate page. They can add 2 to a roll or take all the damage from a failed roll. Yes, that's right. Okay, well then. Well, we'll push on, and then we'll use Boberto in the next time we get a little stuck. Well, it looks like it's probably going to come up relatively soon. So we've managed to at least throw our whistle, and the thunder lizard has gone. Panting, you look around and begin to appreciate just how different the flora and fauna is here. Like it's from another time. Plants look odd and primitive. Well, not odd, because Norman knows. Massive herbivores poke their heads up out of the jungle canopy. Oh, wow, look at them. They're incredible. Forgot another one? Yeah, wow, look at... Massive herbivores poke their heads out from the jungle canopy, lazily chewing entire tree branches. Suddenly, you realize how quiet it's gotten. Peering into the jungle, you see 2 eyes peering back at you. So we've got to do all 3 of these. All 3 velociraptors. Flippin' heck. All right. Well, I mean... I'll be honest. We're gonna launch a slingshot, aren't we? Quite clearly. I suppose we should probably engage our Viking shield once more to ward off their razor teeth. So let's pop a D10 and a D8 in the old mixer, and the Velociraptor D12 is going to come up with a 7. So that would be 4. Now, is that worth Boberto getting his head bitten off? Might be. Are we ready to say goodbye to Boberto already? I did say that we might need to use him, and I think Boberto is... I think Boberto's met his end. Velociraptor collateral. Sorry, Roberto. Roberto is probably not. Well, maybe. I mean, actually, maybe now Yellow. I wouldn't be surprised if Yellowbeard Bob is actually not too glad to see the back of him. To be honest, now we can have his name back. Right, let's keep rolling and see if we can actually beat this Velociraptor, please. That was a 5, and we've got ourselves a 3 and a 1, which I'm going to be okay with. I'm going to go down to 15 resolve. Gosh, that does feel a bit bad, though. I mean, they're only 6 power, but... that's, oh my gosh, stop it now. I'm not going to take another... I'm not going to leave another Boberto. I'm going to re-roll this one. And, oh gosh, it's gone off the flipping table. It was a 9, so that's going to be another 3. Man, our rolls were so good when we were just chilling in the jungle, and now the dinosaurs have showed up, and we're getting absolutely slayed. Do we take another 3 down to 12? How far have we got in this? Hang on. How far have we got in this? I'm just going to peek a little bit. How many numbers have we got? 54. Okay, we're pretty close, but I know there's more dinosaurs on top of those challenges. All right, I'm going to... let me think. What do we do? Do we re-roll this one? I mean, we risk making it worse, obviously. We could re-roll this one, and even less chance of making it better, though. Yellowbeard Bob is next on the menu for this Velociraptor, I'm telling you. Do I want to take my resolve down to 12? I think I might. And I'll just roll again. I'm going to go down to 12. Oh boy, this feels bad. Let's carry on. All right, come on, Norm. I can't leave. Oh, there we go. That's the roll I was looking for. 8 and a 7 versus a 1. You are dunzo. And we get to keep, well, you know what? We'll roll for treasure after we pass all of these, which, you know, he says very confidently. Right, we've got a slingshot. We've got our Viking buckler. And let's just flip in have it, okay? Oh my gosh, stop rolling 11s. I think we re-roll this, and we're going to go down to 9 on this. Or do we take... No, I'm going to leave Roberto, sorry, for another day. Hi, Mark. You're not too late. We're just fighting some velociraptors. No, you know, as you do. You haven't missed much. We found some cool treasure. Ooh, that's right. Okay, so now we're down to 3. I don't mind it. We'll take another one of those, please. 11 again. Right, okay, we can use Boberto to add 2 to this, which I don't see as a terrible idea. But then we can't use him again, which is frustrating. Oh yeah, we could read our nice book, couldn't we? I feel like flicking a silver coin into the jungle would like distract a velociraptor quite quickly, but I'm not sure that I want to give up my entire photographic memory for just that one trait. So I'm not gonna suggest it just yet. I mean, I say that if Yellowbeard Bob were just to, he's not gonna die, is he? He's just gonna be incapacitated for the rest of the game. So he's not gonna be dead. He's just gonna be somewhat injured, and we'll give him a little first aid kit, and just to add 2. So then we only have to take 1 off our resolve, which I mean, it still isn't ideal, but train the raptors were others. Yeah, exactly. Like we could get him on our side. I mean, what kind of sick creature doesn't like hard caramel? Right, we've got ourselves a point. Language can't be used to describe language. I suppose that makes sense. 4, 4, 4. Okay, well then I'm gonna sneakily discard the D8 and keep rolling the D10. Thank you very much. And let's see if we can come on, please. Oh my gosh, we're getting absolutely murdered on these rolls. Do we go down to 8 stamina? Yellowbeard Bob didn't help us really at all, did he? 8 stamina, and we're gonna go. We're gonna just re-roll this and see if we can get lucky. Oh no! No, that's not good. That's not what you wanted. That's exactly opposite of what we wanted. Right, okay, hang on here. We're gonna have to re-roll that again. I don't think there's any doubt in my mind. Or do we just take... I mean, Roberto could take the damage for this one. I do need a dice gel, don't I? Maybe I should... Yeah, maybe I'll switch my dice. We're making the Velociraptor dice too bloody. It needs to be more... It needs to be less threatening. This sparkly pink should be fine. Does Boberto just take all that damage? We'll have no sailors left. I can't believe we only got 3 sailors. We could have had 9. No, we could have had 8. 3 sailors is the worst we could have done. All right. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're going to... Roberto, sorry. Sorry, Lord Richard, but Roberto is... It's just, this is the kind of character that Norman is. People are just willing to sacrifice themselves for him. He's a charismatic guy, okay? Oops, I spelled that wrong. If Boberto was breakfast, then Roberto is lunch. Where did that sparkly pink dice go? Oh, I'm holding it. No, there you go. What were we rolling? We were rolling a D8 and, oh yeah, slingshot and a shield. I'm sorry, Roberto. Can we please have a dice roll on these flippin' velociraptors that is not double digits? We're gonna have to... I can't take 6 because that would lead me down to 5 and there's no way I'm gonna win. So we'll go down to 7 stamina and we'll re-roll this. See if we can get less than a 4. I mean, it's pretty bad odds. It's a 9. Oh, we're so gonna lose this game, guys. I'm so sorry. Second of silence. Oh my god. This dice! Stop it! Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Down to 5 stamina. Norman. Oh gosh, thank goodness for that. Right, 4 against 2. And we'll roll for some treasure because bloody hell, we need it. Maybe we'll get really lucky and it'll be a dagger and I'll just add it to my... we'll add it to our arsenal here. All of our soldiers are dead, or our sailors, I should say, are dead. I'm gonna roll for treasure, I don't care. I don't care about the looming 3rd velociraptor. We're just gonna go for some nice treasure hunting, just for a second, just to raise our spirits, if nothing else. 42, we get ourselves a necklace. A necklace of pearl, so that's lovely. Thanks, Norman. 1 necklace. Don't think that's gonna be useful against the velociraptors. Norman sneeze on them. Are you saying that Norman hasn't been vaccinated? Or that they would just fear it and then run away? Unlikely they have been vaccinated. I don't think Pfizer's made it to the old Lost Island. And 45, which is a painting. What kind of raptor is this? I'd like to think that it's like a really nice oil painting of a raptor. So it's like it's like the Mona Lisa of raptor paintings. You know, it's like I can't think of a raptor pun to do with Michelangelo, but we'll just have to believe that there is one somewhere. So here's the nice there's a nice frame. It's obviously it's framed. I mean, you can't have a Mona raptor. Yeah, I'll take that. Life is cheap. Oh yeah, we've got to get a claw. Yeah, of course. And then like it's just exactly like Mona Lisa, except it's just a really like sassy looking raptor. It's got teeth there. I don't know if you can tell. And then there's a Mona Lisa she's got like a weird dress on, hasn't she? I had the chance to see the Mona Lisa and we never went, because this is the Louvre, I think, right? And we just never went in. I think we were just like kind of not into the crowds and whatnot. But there you go. Cool story. Yeah, there you go. There's the Mona Raptor. And somehow we've got to carry this off the island now, so who knows how that's going to work. Oh, yeah, of course, it's a little thumb size. What's those ACEO? I think that's what it's called. I've got a couple I got some cats painted on eBay in those little index card size paintings. Right, we're gonna have to get very lucky with this next Velociraptor. So, I mean, perhaps we can involve the painting, but I'm not sure. We've got a D12 Velociraptor, and we've got ourselves still on our slingshot, we're still on our shield, and let's just flip and have it, okay? I want an 8-1 just absolute smashing this Velociraptor. We're going berserker mode at this point. Gramp Berserker, engage. There you go. See, 7 versus 2. That leaves us down to 1 health. Don't mind it at all. And you're a 4, and you're a 5. See, 0 damage from that Velociraptor. Lovely stuff. We'll take some more treasure if you don't mind. Thank you very much. Flipping stupid lizards. Going with a 39, which is, whoa, okay. It says mirror, silver, glass, amethyst, inset. Wow, very pretty mirror. I'm going to go with bejeweled mirror. That's not how you write an E, but I'm imagining it's like a looking glass kind of mirror for the raptors to kind of. I think they've got thumbs, haven't they? They can hold stuff like that. Oh, well, we need to bejewel it if I'm going to call it a bejeweled mirror. It's amethysts. That's nice. I don't know what amethysts are supposed to do crystal-wise, but, you know, we'll take it. There you go. Nice bejeweled mirror. Kind of looks like a porthole now, but there you go. Right, so we've made our way past the flipping Velociraptors. Goodness gracious me. More seem to be rustling about in the tall grass. Yeah, yeah, let's get out of here then, shall we? We make for a waterfall and we throw ourselves off of it. 1 into deep water, surprisingly. So, where was the last place we were at? Because we don't count these, we count 33, here we are. We were, splashing through a rivulet. So, we do a D8 and a D8, deep water. I mean, we're a survivalist, so I don't care. We're gonna roll that D12. We can flip and hold our breath underwater like nobody's business. And I imagine I don't think our Viking Bokkers. Well, it could be buoyant, couldn't it? I'd say it might be buoyant, to be honest. Like it might pop up in, you know, if you some buoyant wood. I don't know. I've never held a Viking shield, but I wouldn't put it past them. And I just want to roll some big dice to not die. So here we are. We're in deep water, but we know how to handle this. We've been in a plunge pool or two before. We're a flipping Marine or Navy SEAL or whatever. Look at that. You don't mind it. You don't mind seeing that. Right, we've passed that challenge with ease. Thank you very much, Norman. Whitewater. Oh yeah. Okay, we know how to handle this too. We're survivalists, mate. And I think we'd actually use the Viking buckler as like a little flotation device at this point, shouldn't we? Sit on it and kind of ride it like a raft. So Whitewater's a 10, and deep water's an 8, and we've got ourselves. So survival skills, obviously, going down Whitewater. You've got to aim for the V. I know this. You've got to aim for the V in the rapids. Always go down straight down the V. Feet first, of course. You don't want to be head first because then you're going to hit yourself on things. And yeah, just look where you're going. Easy peasy. If you can get into an eddy, you know, give it a go. That's the way. That's where the water kind of goes back around from the rapids and then forms like a still pool. If you can get into an eddy, you're all set. See, survivalist knowledge coming your way. We've got a 9 and a 1, which is fine, except that we've only rolled 5s. Now, I wouldn't mind re-rolling that 9, but given that we've only got 5 stamina, well, it's either take ourselves down to 4 stamina and have like 4 re-rolls left, or take 4 damage and have only 7 health left. So I suppose we'll take the stamina and try to roll less than a 5. Oh, I hate this. It's a flipping 10. I can't believe this stupid dice. These dice are cursed. Cursed dice. Accursed dice, I say. Can we... what do we do now? Do we just keep going? Do we just take it? I think we just take it. Now we'll be down to 6 health. We're not going to be able to lose any health for the rest of the game, pretty much, as far as I can tell. We're down to 6. Ooh, yeah, that makes me very anxious. But we get through the white water. We must have hit our head on something. Oh yeah, and I've got some general knowledge that you'll be like, where do you know that from? Only time will tell. I'll probably start talking about it on stream sometime. I get distracted, so just wait. Tune in next week, and you'll maybe find out. If a cursed dice was an 80s new wave band, then I need to hear them. So if you can go and dig them up on SoundCloud or Spotify or whatever, let me know. Give me the link. I'm so in. I'm so in. You don't even know. Right, 48. Let's flip and get off this stupid page. I've seen enough of it. Blimmin' Swampy marshlands and whitewater. So we're rolling a D10 and a D8 into the swampy marshlands. I'm gonna roll survivalist. I don't care. We can get up to our knees in mud, and we're deceptively strong. So there's no challenge for us. No challenge for us here. Survivalist, deceptively strong. We're just gonna plow our way through the swampy marshlands. No big deal. 8 and a 5 and 8 and a 1. So these two go away, and these two are rolled, and please let me win. 12 versus a 9. All right, don't mind it. We'll carry on then, and we'll advance wherever all the sailors gone. I Miss You, Roberto. I think that was the album title. Clambering up onto muddy stone. Well, again, we'll go with deceptively strong, and I think we're gonna have to pop a flipping Werther's at this point. We're pretty much. I mean, we're on our last legs, so if nothing else, we want to die a happy man, and that means with Werther's. Well, obviously Norman can't die because then the canon is ruined. We'll have to change the whole Discord server. It's gonna be terrible. So Norman is obviously going to escape, but you know, just how he escapes remains to be seen. We've only got a couple things to get past now, though, so that's good. What are we doing? We're rolling 2d8s, yes. 2d8s because we're clambering up on muddy stone and we are getting out of the swampy marshlands. We're popping a Werther's original and we are deceptively strong. So this makes sense to me. I hope it makes sense to you. Let's go. Right, those are tied, and, well, it's a 6 versus an 8, and hopefully we get lucky. Oh dear, we're not going to get lucky. It's a 5 versus a 2. We don't have any sailors. I don't think the Book of Philosophy can help us. I don't think any of the bejeweled or trinkets we've picked up are going to help us here, climbing up onto this muddy stone. I mean, if we fall over, and, like, you know, sprain our ankle on a muddy stone after having defeated 3 velociraptors and escaped a T-Rex, I'm honestly, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna be upset. I hope you're not reading ahead too, because I've just caught myself reading and I don't want to. Right. I mean, I think. Right, we've got 3 D12 challenges to meet here. And I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm likely going to use at least a D10 on all of them. But that doesn't mean that we can still get trounced by the D12s. Do I re-roll here, or do I just take the 3? I think I have to re-roll. I'm going to try and roll. So this was the 5, wasn't it? And we're going to re-roll and move our stamina down to 3. And lose 1. That's fine. It's better at least. So we're moving down to 3 stamina. That means 3 rerolls, and we've got 5 resolve left. Gosh, this is going to be close. The portrait. How are we going to use the portrait? The Mona Raptor. I need that to barter my way off the island. Or at least to hang in my study. Come on. Right, here we go. Let's not have any more challenges. Let's just move on to this surprise Triceratops that no one's seen. Yes, all right, good. So that's a 4. 1, 2, 3. We stop on the Triceratops. Now then, Triceratops is a D12 again. So much like his Velociraptor friends, he's going to be a pain in the butt. However, we've got to use this. I mean, Triceratops are. You know what I want to see? I want to see Norman do one of those like army rolls out the way, and he's gonna like put his shield down and like roll over it. You know what I mean? D10. Photographic memory, I suppose, could... I mean, he's studied dinosaurs before, hasn't he? Obviously, he knows what a Triceratops is. So what's there not to say that... Do I have a Triceratops? No, I've only got Stegosaurus. I've only got Stegosaurus and whatever this is, and I've got a T-Rex. But they didn't come till later. So Triceratops coming over out of the whatnot. Yeah, I'd say we've got a photographic memory. We know what's going on. We know we need to... We're allergic. MacGyver something out of the crap you collected. All right, what can we do here with the Triceratops? It says don't get crushed. So, I mean, I suppose... Oh, we could blind it, couldn't we? With a bejeweled mirror. We shine the bejeweled mirror on him. Like, blind the Triceratops is going to go... Roar, and, like, stop. With a little bling glint of the sun. I'm going here. Mirror. I mean, he's still got a photographic memory. I don't think you can ever lose that. But I'm going to go ahead and say that he's blinding this Triceratops with his cool bejeweled amethyst mirror. Now we're going to be rolling 2d10s as he kind of rolls and blinds at the same time. Don't ask me questions about this. And we're going to roll against this d12. We need to score 8. So if this could be a 1, let's just blast through it, all right? It's a 9, and we've got 6s. It's not even worth re-rolling. I mean, I just don't think the odds are good enough. I think I'm just going to take the 3. Oh my gosh, this is nervous. We're down to 2 resolve. I don't think we're going to win. Let's see. Yes. No. It could have been so good. Instead, it's only 2. 6. Yes, we've got a 10 versus a 2, and that is the Triceratops as evaded. Lovely. What does the Triceratops drop? I don't know, but let's ask the table of bizarre trinkets. I'm telling you, I couldn't find a treasure that was, you know, specific to dinosaurs, so you're just gonna have to make do. Large gold earrings. Of course the Triceratops is wearing large gold earrings. It just makes perfect sense. I love that Norman's gonna go home and be absolutely decked out. He's gonna be bejeweled. He's gonna be bedazzled. He's gonna be like, can you imagine him going into his library and being like, guys, what do you think about new hoop earrings? Large gold earrings. Like, he's got the hoops now. He's so stylish, dude. He is... The kids would call him drippy. Okay, he's dripping with ice right now. He's got his bejeweled mirror. He's got his pearl necklace. He's got gold, silver coins just flipping it. He's doing that thing where people can do where they, like, flip them in between his fingers because that's the talent he has. You didn't know that, but he does. It's absolutely magical. If we escape this alive, I'm going to be very surprised. A T-Rex appears and attacks the Triceratops. Don't get crushed. Mate, I'm going to try. Again, I'm probably going to try and use our mirror trick. So that's a 10 and a survival. We've got to roll our d12. Come on, we've got to. Survivalist means that we know how to get out of the way of an animal fight. We've seen this all before in the jungles of Borneo. We know that you scale a tree and let it pass, okay? So that's not a d10, that's a d100. Here we go. We got the mirror. We got the T-Rex. Here he is. Very vicious. Pounding his way out the volcano. Should I try and... I want to try and roll him down the volcano, to be honest. Here, this is going to be the T-Rex. If it rolls bad, I'm going to blame it on the volcano. Go. There's no way I'm using the volcano. Oh dear, that was a joke. Oh, you absolute legend. Look at that. 10 and... Okay, it's not a real roll, is it? It's not a real roll. Norman's got to escape. 10 to a 4. That means we're down to 2. It's not a real dice tower. The word is OG. All right, come on, T-Rex. Don't get crushed. Come on, Norman, you absolute gem. You are gonna make it out of here alive. I can just see it. What do we do here? We're supposed to get rid of the 2 top dice, but they don't have one. They don't have another one to roll. Does that mean we win by 2? I mean, I'm willing to take that bet, although it does seem fair just to re-roll everything again and just try and one more time, I suppose. Oh, don't make it an 11, you git. I've got an... okay, so I cannot take the hit. Boberto, Roberto, and Yellowbeard Bob are all incapacitated, aka either eaten or, fundamentally... Yes, let's do this for Norman. I mean, I hope that super chat helps the dice. I really do. Thank you very much, Lord Richard. Appreciate it. It's gonna be the diabetes that gets him. Exactly. Well, you know what? He's cut, dude. Look at the workout he's had today. His cardio is on point. Oh yeah, I had to re-roll one, didn't I, or something? What was it? I forgot now. It was an 8-5-5. Shoot, I think it was 8-5 and a 4 or something like that. Oh, crumbs! Did anyone pay attention? I got distracted. Was it 8 and then I think it was 8-5 or 9-6? Was it 9-6? Oh God. I think it was 9-6 and then a 5. I seem to remember a 5. Was it something like this? So if I re-roll, because it was going to be 3, so I couldn't have taken it. So if I re-roll, I'm down to 2 stamina, but I'm going to re-roll this one. Oh, God. All right, I'm going to have to re-roll it again, because that's still too much for me to take. 1 stamina. It's going to all come down to this dice roll. Is this what's happening? Is that what's... This is happening right now. Unless it's a 7. I don't know if non-Brits know what git is, but... I think we might have lost, guys. I think his stamina's going to be too low. I think his stamina's down to 0, and as soon as he hits 0, I think we're not allowed to play anymore. I'm gonna take that as fate. So if we win on this roll, we still have to pass the D12, but we might be crushed by the dinosaurs. I mean, it's still possible. I know I'm kind of pushing as you may have come to expect from this channel. I just want to have a nice time, so I'm pushing my dice rules a little bit. But house rules is what solo gaming is all about. Yes. Yeah. Oh no, we're down to 1. Okay. Come on, lads. It's like, have you guys seen Grizzly Man? Where he's like hiding in the on the plains, on the flats, like by the river, and those 2 giant flipping grizzly bears are just like duking it out, like they're like going at it. That's what Norman is doing right now, except he just happens to be like underneath them, so a bit more of a precarious position, I suppose. Oh, come on now. Don't lose. Don't get crushed. Oh, he's flipping done it. 7-6. I don't mind it. Honestly, I don't mind it. They flipping clear off back into the jungle. They've left behind them something. Obviously, they're flipping decked out. They're decked out dinosaurs. I don't know how they've got all this treasure, but obviously they've just been raiding the elvish castles or something. Oh, that's 2 percentile dice. That's not how that works. 90. Another mirror. Flipping heck, I'm gonna be doing Morse code back to myself in a minute. I'll just do 2 bejeweled mirrors, I suppose. Mirror, silver, glass, amethyst, and what was the other one? Mirror, silver, glass, amethyst. Oh, same thing. You can't have 2 same things on the... Right, whatever. 2 bejeweled mirrors. There we go. I'll pluralize it. Right. This is fine for me. Canonically, Norman's not dead. It says you see an opening, can you escape? Now, maybe I can, maybe I can't, but I'm going to say that we're going to survive no matter what. Who is the fairest of them all? It's obviously Norman. Look at him. He's an absolute champion. Right, we're going to go for... we see an opening. Obviously, we see it because of our mirror, so we'll use the mirror to see that. And, I mean, I'm just going to keep rolling the survivalist because that's our most important trait at this point. Norman. That's where our story ends, friends. We have not seen an opening, unfortunately, and not escaped. But it doesn't mean it doesn't mean we're dead. Okay, it doesn't mean we're dead. Maybe we just have to leave behind some of our trinkets. You know, that's okay. We've had a nice time on the dinosaur island, and maybe we just have to. It's gonna come back as me and Yellowbeard Bob kind of straggling out of the island. I mean, the ending text is all about an elephant graveyard, a fortune in ivory. And then we're gonna we literally are gonna barter for ivory for the passage off the island. Yeah, I think we're just gonna sit and wait. Okay, what happens in Grizzly Man is he goes over and smells the grizzly bear's poop. Maybe we'll go and do that. We'll go and smell some Triceratops poop, and then just wander back to shore. That's okay. Norman lives, but the adventure was not necessarily a success. I'd say maybe at the very least, his rare book of philosophy maybe got a bit of dinosaur poop on and he had to leave it behind. Just, you know, he's going to eat Yellowbeard. Right? Protect the elephants. Poor guys. Well, it's mammoths, so it's okay. Ancient mammoths. So they've been there for a while. Yeah, Norman would never think about... Norman would never think about doing something like that. I suppose if you found that much ivory, you might be able to flood the market and thus drive down prices. You know, maybe the poachers would have to go and do something else, like, you know, get a real job, etc. Well, our island adventure does end in a loss. However, I don't know what to say. However, I'm feeling okay about it. We really pushed it toward the end there. We got down. Those flipping velociraptors absolutely just chunked. And if I could have rolled, you know, more than one, if I'd had 6 sailors, we would have been just fine. But no. Death to mammoths, long live elephants. That's reasonable. That, I suppose, will be it from me. I don't know if we're gonna have to work out how this cannon fits. I mean, I think if he gets to carry home a gold coin and a silver coin, he'll probably call it good. I don't think he can fit a painting, or maybe even 2 bejeweled mirrors. Maybe he clips his gold earrings, maybe his Triceratops earrings. I like the thought that they kind of like, because a Triceratops has obviously 3 horns, right? So like he's got a horn here, and then he's got like a horn, and then a horn, right? Then they have like tiny ears. I don't think they've got big ones. And then they've got like kind of angry little eyes like this. But I can imagine that a Triceratops would wear their earrings like dangling on the end of their horns like this. Again, I'm guessing that they're hoops because that just seems reasonable. But like, it looks kind of like they've like stormed into a jewelry store and just got like something trapped. I don't really know what Triceratops teeth looks like. Are they like kind of like a cow? Like what's this drawing turning into? I don't know. There we go. I mean, yep. Well, that's I don't know what's happening here. Yeah, me too, David. I'm gonna reminisce about this adventure where we could have made it, but we just fell short. It's okay. We had a nice time. and Norman had a nice adventure. It might be a few years before we see him again back on back setting sail, back out to sea. But for now, we'll call it good. I can't believe those flipping velociraptors. What an absolute joke. What a lovely time. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. What a lovely, lovely reunion with Norman it has been. What an absolute gem. And, well, yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Lord Richard. I'm sorry I wasn't able to live up to the super chat and roll better. But maybe next time. Maybe next time. More Norman soon. Yes. Yes, we'll bring Norman back. There's a whole slew of these. There's a whole, I think there's maybe, I want to say 9 adventures we can take him on. So there's more where this came from. And of course, he's always going to pick up a little bit of extra knowledge every time. He's going to get better and better, stronger and stronger, this Norman. That's how he rolls. Like I said, don't let the sweater vest fool you. He's a machine. Right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Absolutely my pleasure. Thank you for joining. Have a lovely night. I hope you're all well. And yeah, that's it. Thanks so much. It was a lovely, lovely time. And I wish you all the best. Thanks for watching. And I will see you later. All right, bye, everybody.